Good morning from Panhandle Outdoors with Winston Chester. Panhandle Outdoors, your source for fishing, hunting, and information for folks who enjoy the great outdoors. Now sit back, relax. It's Panhandle Outdoors.
Good morning, folks. Welcome to Panhandle Outdoors. I'm Winston Chester. I'm glad to hear this morning. We are right here on location at C&G Sporting Goods down Harrison Avenue, and we've got a great show lined up. But first, we'll always do our weather brought to us by Haney Technical Center. I'm doing it electronically now, so bear with me. And we're looking at a high today of 73, a low about 58, and water temperature is still hanging around 70 degrees. Our marine forecast now is going to come today is coming over northwest, but it's going to be very low, about 2 miles an hour, so that's obsolete right there. Also looking at the tide chart brought to us by Ken Forest Lawn. We're looking at a low tide at 9:04 this morning, a high tide at 10:54 tonight. We've got about a 1.8 foot range in that tide. Let's go into our game and fish times for today, brought to us by Mark Coward of Blue Water of Edgewater Beach Realty. We're looking at 4:04 a.m. to 6:04 a.m. So you get a tail end of that. And this evening, tell your boss you want to get off early. I know all these guys at C&G, Ronnie's going to let them off. 4:27 to 6:27. And that's going to take care of our weather. We'll go ahead and take this break and come back right here on spot. All right, welcome back and welcome Ronnie Groom.
Good morning, buddy.
Hey, listen now, I'm already having fun. I want to go ahead and establish this point here. For years and years, I've been coming down the store, and the first feeling when I opened that door, and I did it again a while ago, when I opened that front door and walk in, I feel at home.
Well, that's the way we want people to feel.
You know, it's not a sign up there that says you're at home or anything, but I just feel at home because I walk in and just start looking around, and my eyes are just glued to all this stuff.
People come in all the time, you know, not particularly to buy anything, just come in and visit, talk about the hunting, fishing, look around, and we had some folks in today that brought some friends of theirs in and said, we just want them to look and see all the mounts and visit with you guys, and we appreciate that, and we just invite everybody down.
Yeah, it's a unique place. It's a one-of-a-kind place. Now, listen, we're about to get, I was looking at the weather a while ago, we're about to get some cold weather coming down.
Right, it's going to get cold, and you know, we're really set up for cold weather. And we've got insulated camouflage, we got insulated boots, we got foot warmers, and you know, keeping your feet warm is so important. And we got socks like these Browning socks here that are made for hunting, and we got the insulated boots, and we got them, you know, snake-proof boots like this, and now they got zippers up the side. Just so many convenient ways to stay comfortable. We used to freeze to death and didn't have all these conveniences.
I can't believe we did some of those things we used to do.
Oh yeah.
I don't know how we did it.
But we did it.
We did it, but I want to go back.
I know.
This modern technology.
Oh yeah.
We talk about it on computers and all, but the technology and the clothing and the comfort and outdoors is amazing.
Yeah, I got a camera that tells me where the deer are, and I got a shooting house I can get inside of.
Yeah.
And it's just so much convenient, especially for somebody like my age. And if you want to take the kids and the women with you, you can do it and do it comfortably. It could be a family sport.
You know, we talk about your extremities, your feet and your hands. That gets cold first.
Yeah. You know, the feet are really important. And a lot of people come in and they try to buy a shoe they'll get their feet warm, but sometimes it's bad circulation. So you have to use these inserts that you put in there that warm it, toe warmers, foot warmers, hand warmers. And you know, they'll last 7 or 8 hours and they'll do a good job. And you got to add some heat. If you got bad circulation, you know, get everything warm as you can, but then add that heat.
Yeah. And also the safety, you don't want to get out there and just get too cold, and you know, that could be bad too.
Yeah, you get your foot norming really, really cold and then try to climb a tree stand or something, you can have a bad accident.
Well, we're right here on the verge of Thanksgiving, and then of course Christmas, when you blink an eye, it'll be here too.
It's going to be right on.
So I was looking at some of the stuff, and I saw this a while ago, this cooler right here. That Yeti brand is really big.
Yeah, this is made by Yeti. Everybody's familiar with their coolers. A salesman came in here a couple of months ago, and he had one of these, and he put ice in it that night, and it was the next morning, and it still had ice in it.
Man.
And they make this is a 20 of the large one, they make a 32. So this is a way to go. They make a 20 and a 30, but they are really nice, and I know a lot of people carry some of those around with them all day long. They got in my truck and everything.
You know, we're talking about hunting and all. When you get in a tree stand, do you have any set time about how long you're gonna stay in there, or you just sort of play
It
by
all
ear?
depends. If one of my grandkids shoot them coming down, but I like to. If I'm really serious, I'll set a time, say 9:30 or 10 or 8 o'clock, whatever, and I make myself stay that long. Because invariably, if you have a tendency, well, I wonder what everybody else is doing. I heard a shot. I'd like to go to camp and get some hot coffee, you know. But if you'll just sit there, the longer you sit there, the better your chances are by far.
And we're talking about, we're talking about all the attractors and all, but a lot of things that are scary them, though, still, that's sound. When people make sound, you've seen that happen, haven't you?
Sound and movement, that's the two things you got to worry about. You know, a deer cannot distinguish things real well. A turkey can, but a deer has trouble. But if you cock that gun, when he's real close, he's going to hear it and just look up immediately. And for whatever you do, don't make a move. But if you see a deer and he's coming in, you say you got a muzzle loader and you got to cock it, go ahead and get ready and cock it before he gets in close. Because they can pick up the least little sound. I mean, it's just amazing.
Well, we've in the archery season now. What kind of reports have you been getting? Some good reports and all, or?
Yeah, archery's been a good season. Overall, the deer hunting, it looks good, and because of the wet weather we've had, everything's growing good, and the duck hunting is fixing to get good. This cold weather's going to bring them down. Duck hunting's going to get good. So, and squirrel hunter's been doing pretty well too. So, and the colder the weather get, that always helps.
Yeah. Okay. Well, listen, we're talking about staying warm and all. Jeff's going to take the shots for some of these, big parkers and all to put on, and those things are not only are they convenient and all, but they're immeasurably warm.
You know, this like the insulated underwear and stuff like that. You just got to layer, and always wear a little more than you think. You can always take it off, but you can't be proficient in a tree stand if you're sitting there shaking.
Yeah, you got to be comfortable.
You got to be comfortable, and you got to stay there.
Okay. All right, we're going to take this quick break and come right back with Ronnie. All right, welcome back. Now we're looking here at the store, and the first thing people walk in to the left and see, they're going to see guns, Ronnie. And
we got guns. We've got just piles of guns. We've got guns all around us. We got guns over here, shotguns. We got guns all down this aisle. We've just really got a lot of guns, the most we've ever had, and we could fit most of these. Plus we got black powder guns over in another section. So we got guns, plenty of, probably the most anywhere around.
This is an incredible selection. What are some of the more popular guns people like to come in and look at?
Guns like the X-Bolt, you hear so much about that, the Browning X-Bolt. It's just a super accurate gun, and we carry, so many different brands. We carry all kind of brands and handguns. We've got several hundred handguns in here. We carry all kinds of them. So
yeah, I literally thought, I felt like, saying a little boy in a candy store.
That's right.
When I walked in a while ago, I just wanted to reach out and grab that one. I want to grab that one.
We call it the big boys toy store.
What, talking about kids and all, what are some of the starter guns and all that you recommend for young people?
Well, we've got some really good ones. They make most of these guns in a short action now, youth model, and they're a light caliber, and they're easy to do. We've got 410s and shotguns for youngsters, short stocks, and some of them even had an extended stock you can put on after you use them.
Yeah.
And it's something for everybody. We can fit people up whether they're large frame, small frame, a woman. We got 410s up to 12 gauge and even 10 gauge.
You can customize it to them.
We can make exactly what they want.
That old 410 has been a standby for generations, hasn't it?
Start a kid on a 410, move up to a 20, and then finally go to a 12.
Yeah. We know I've got your grandson, Little Ron, in my class. Now, what did he start on? You remember? What did you start on, Ron?
He started out with a 243, I think, was his first gun.
Okay.
And learned to shoot that. And now he's shooting a 30-06 or something like that, a higher caliber. And the main thing starting these kids off is the noise. Don't put earplugs in. Don't start them off too much noise.
Yeah.
They're really not afraid that much of the kick. It's the sound that scares them when they first start off. Same way with a lot of beginning shooters.
That's a good point, too.
Yeah. Got to be real careful. But, guns, there's just so many different guns and so many different chokes. And there's a lot to know about it. And if you've got questions, come by. We've been here 65 years. We can answer most questions. And if we can't, we'll look it up somewhere.
Well, you brought up something. Been here so long. You know, I've been to. I'm a museum guy. I go to a lot of museums and all.
Yeah.
Florida Historical Museum and the State Archives in Tallahassee. I've been to all of them. But
Me too.
I walk in here, I feel like I'm in another museum.
We got a collection of things. You know, we got a 100-pound catfish over there. We got deer and sailfish, and we got Cape buffalo and big hogs, and just about anything you want to look at. Bears, elk, deer. We got it all.
That's amazing. One thing I really like is where you have up on the wall over there. You let them go and let them grow, and it shows that the deer, the ages.
Through 5 years old, you see there's a tremendous difference in them from one age to another.
Yeah.
But we got bass, big bass. We got I think a 17, 18-pound bass down there on the wall, and turkeys and just about caribou, anything you want to look at. A lot of big deer heads. Yeah. We got some really, really fine deer heads.
What about scopes and all? You got a good selection of scopes?
We got a tremendous amount of scopes. We got it by all the major brands. We just got all kinds down there, and people can take them out and look down the street and see what's down there, you know, and we show them how to adjust them. And we mount and bore sight them for people if they want us to do it. You buy a gun and a scope, we'll mount it and bore sight it free for you.
And you know, I guess again on technology, how much daylight, the late in the afternoon, it's really almost dark. It seems like he's drawing that daylight. That's a big difference.
And you know, what you're going to do with the scope's got a lot to do with what kind of scope you get, whether you're target shooting for distance or you're slug shooting for pigs out of a shotgun. So there's just all kind of scopes that we know how to set them up. So just come on in if you got a question, we can handle it.
Okay. All right, we're going to go and take this last break, and we'll be right back. All right, welcome back. Now we've moved to the rear of the store and back here, and Ronnie, it's just full of archery stuff. I mean, tons of it.
You know, we've been in the archery business for years and years, and we carry, you know, compound bows, stick bows, crossbows, all kind of bows, and we do repairs. And we specialize in bows for youngsters and people shooting lighter weight bows, you know, so we got all of that. We can adjust the bows, and you know, it's so important when you buy an archery equipment, it's got to be matched to the individual. One person just can't buy everything and use it. So it's got to be matched to the individual. And we've got plenty of bowstrings, and like I said, youth people, we can fix them up with no problem.
Yeah, and again, what amazes me, again, I use the word technology, how we've gone, you know, from the recurve and into the all kind of stuff, you know, and now a few people are going back to shooting the recurve.
Right. You know, it seems like there's a phase that a real archer goes through. He starts out with a recurve, goes to a compound, and he gets proficient at that, and he'll usually go back to a recurve. You know, what they say is put the fun back in it, you know.
Yeah, it is more challenging. It's harder to hold.
Yeah.
And
a compound is much more efficient. I mean, you got sights and all kind of things to help you, but a recurve is just pull it back and let her go.
Yeah. Now, I notice over here on the shelf, we're going to look at the shelf over here, all the accessories. It's amazing to have all the accessories you have.
Yeah, you know, we've got all the scents and the scent eliminators and the calls and everything you need. We got calls for deer and hogs and turkeys and about anything you want, and we got all the things to hide your scent and make you more proficient at your sport. But and we've just got all kind of accessories. It's just worlds of them, and stuff to wash your clothes in to kill the scent, that kind of stuff. There's just no end to all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, it's amazing. Well, you know, getting back to archery, you know, I teach it in my class and all, and those kids love to shoot a bow.
Archery is just a sport that anybody gets into will love it.
Yeah. And
it's a good family sport. We've got families that everybody shoots from 10 years old right on up, and even younger. And older people now that, you know, if you get to where you can't pull a bow, we got these crossbows, and we even got a crossbow with a winch on it. You can winch it up so you don't have to cock it, and they're very, you know, they're just so accurate. It's amazing how accurate these crossbows are.
And there's some ladies getting into that. I know my daughter Wendy, she's has gotten her a crossbow, and she's going to start.
It's really good for older people and people that don't want to take the time to get into compounds, that kind of thing. You can take a crossbow, and most of them come sighted in, you know, and you can shoot that thing a dozen times. It's like shooting a rifle.
You're ready then, yeah.
And you know, out to 40, even 50 yards, those things are very accurate.
Yeah.
Very, very accurate.
Okay, we're going to finish looking at this stuff here. Then we're going to run upstairs and look at it. You got a lot of stuff upstairs too,
Okay,
right?
good.
Okay. All right, we're back for our final segment here with Ronnie Groom at C&G Sporting Goods. And Ronnie, we're upstairs now.
This is our new section. This is an addition we put on this year. We had to have the room. We were just so crowded downstairs, so we got up here, and we got some major components up here. We've got the feeders. We got all kind of feeders, and we've got tree stands and all kind. We got millenniums and we got family tradition, and right behind us here, you'll see those family tradition ladders. Those, in my opinion, are the safest ladders you can get.
That's the ones you like?
They're very comfortable. I've got some that have been in the woods and stayed in the woods for 8-10 years, and they're still there. And safety is such a big thing, and I can't emphasize enough the importance of quality tree stands. So many people are not getting shot anymore. Hunting is safer than volleyball or anything else. It's people falling out of trees and things like that they got to worry about it. We got all the safety belts and buckles that you need. Always, when you're in a tree stand, you need to have a safety belt on.
Yeah, it's so important. I'm looking around the room. I can't keep my eyes off all the different stuff. I mean, you got turkey decoys up here.
Yeah.
I know it's not spring season, but it's going to be right around the corner.
We have a fall season here in Florida.
Yeah, we do.
There's not a lot of participants, but we have a big spring season, and we have a whole big selection of turkey calls, every kind you can think of, and decoys. Anything anybody would want, we can fix them up.
I noticed your climbing stands and all over here. These are safe-looking climbing stands too.
Yeah.
They're steady.
Yeah, those are Summit stands, and Summit is probably the top climbing stand in the country.
Yeah.
And all the stands that we carry are inspected and certified by the Tree Stand Association. If people get hurt in the stand, it's usually a homemade stand. Somebody thinks they can weld and got a bad weld in the stand, or they nail a board to a tree and the tree grows around it, and all of a sudden they're on the ground, and that's a tragic thing, and there's no need for that. You need to be careful. Yeah,
and another thing too, we're talking about you want to get up and get that scent away from the deer.
Right.
You've talked about that before. I know that book that your good friend wrote.
Yeah.
He time and time again in that book on deer hunting, he talked about the importance of getting the wind direction right.
Get everything, You want the wind in your face and the sun at your back.
Yeah.
Another thing that's making it a lot easier on hunting now are these pop-up blinds. You can move that thing regardless of the wind. You can move it where the wind's right. And we've got a one-man blind. It's got a chair already built in it. Just pop it up. We got a two-man just like it. Then we've got some large ones that'll hold 3 and 4 people. You get the whole family, and you get out of the cold, you get out of the rain. They're really convenient.
Well, I tell you what, I got one from me about 2 years ago. Used it, and I love it because you can get chairs like this and sit in it and get comfortable.
That's right.
And it says you can't beat it. And you can move them in the intersection of the roads.
Well, just yesterday I had a bow stand set up, and I was through bow hunting, so I got my pop-up blind. I moved it back to about 100 yards for a gun stand. And it's so versatile.
Yeah.
And they're comfortable and keep you out of the weather. That's a good thing about it.
And you got the open up windows. You got big
windows
vision
all the way around.
Yeah. I'm crazy about mine.
Oh, I just love it. It pops up so quick.
Yeah.
I mean, it's amazing. They got one now. I think they said you can put up in 10 seconds.
No way.
Just sit there and pop it up. Everything pops out.
So I guess what we're going to say, that mine's 2 years old. It's going to be obsolete before we know it.
Yeah, you need to get rid of that and come get you another one.
All right, Gail will be watching the show this morning, so you give me a Christmas list of what I can get.
Yeah, you need to make a big list. This is a place to come for a Christmas gift.
Yeah.
And the main thing that we have for gifts is a gift certificate. That's the best thing you can give, especially a man. Women don't like gift certificates, but men love them.
Yep.
But a woman says, I want to give him something. Well, give him a gift certificate. He'll like it better in the long run.
Do you use, I know, talking about getting back to deer hunting all, because we all get into it now. You mentioned scent block earlier. Do you use any kind of attractant in the scent attractant? Have you used, I know a lot of guys, I'm talking about maybe not you in particular, but I know a lot of guys.
They're making so many attractants now that smell and taste like oaks, and they're making just any kind of attractant you can think of. You just pour it out on the ground, and those deer come in and get it. A feeder, I think, economically is the best way to go. A lot of people will buy corn and throw it out, but The deer eat it at night. If you got a feeder, it only throws that much in the morning, that much in the evening, and it throws it at the time you want them to come out. Like I said, at 3:30 and 4:30, 3:30. You know, they come out when you're there.
And that's important.
Yeah.
That's important.
Right, because deer, especially the big ones, they're going to feed at night. And if you're just throwing corn out on the ground, they're going to eat it, most of it at night.
Okay.
So a feeder is the thing to do.
All right. All right, let's go ahead and we're going to run downstairs for a minute and do a closing, okay?
Okay.
Let's do that. All right, we're back now. We're doing a closing, but we can't leave this place without talking about this right here. This
is a unique deer. You know, a year ago I said, we're not putting any more deer mounts in here. And I saw a picture of this mount in a magazine, and I said, I got to have it. So I got a deer, and we got him mounted, and I'm real proud of that mount. It's different.
I mean, it's just coming right over that barbed wire fence.
Right.
That's cool.
It's very realistic.
Well, we're gonna start wrapping things up, and Ronnie, it's been a great visit with you. And again, I look around, and it's just an amazing the history behind this, and how you've kept this going so strong for so many years.
Yeah, we've been here about 65 years, and probably intend to be here about that much longer, and then I'm gonna give it up.
Well, you folks come down. I mean, I wouldn't know where to start if I on my Christmas list and all, but there's a lot of stuff here. But the big thing, like I say, when we start the show off, you want to stay warm.
Yep.
You want to stay warm, so we've got some cold weather coming. So
right.
You want to do that, and you want to keep those deer, moving, and you want to be in the right place.
Think about gift certificates for Christmas, and remember, if you get something here and it's not what they want, they can exchange it or get their money back.
What do you think? What do you think deer's favorite food is?
Golly, well, a deer likes to eat. He'll eat corn and he'll eat acorns. He likes a variety.
Mm-hmm.
But peanuts or something like that's really good, you know.
You see them in peanut fields.
Oh man, peanut fields is one of my favorite spots.
Most people have already done everything, so we're going to go ahead and they've already got the fields already, right?
Right, everything's going. We were ready to go.
All right, you folks come down to C&G, see Ronnie and the whole staff here, great, willing to help you too. So I'll wrap it up as always. I want to thank you for watching Panhandle Outdoors, and thank God for those hungry fish and those beautiful sunsets, and do something good for someone else, and God bless.
Amen.
Thanks for joining us for Panhandle Outdoors with Winston Chester. Panhandle Outdoors features hunting, fishing, and other activities and information to help you enjoy the great outdoors. Join us next time for Panhandle Outdoors.